It's a little bit like a Thermomix for alcoholics. Hello everybody, it's Barry here. Hope you are well. Welcome to my kitchen, and today we are looking at a gadget. This is possibly the most expensive gadget I have ever bought. It's taken 6 weeks to arrive, but this is a homemade cider making machine. I've also spent a lot of money on one very simple ingredient, and I don't know why, but before we get into this, I'm letting you know that the cider that we're gonna make is a pineapple and strawberry one, okay? Let's rewind to last night. Well, hello everybody from tomorrow morning. This is Time Travel. Welcome to the night before. I'm literally getting some fruit. These are some strawberries. Strawberries in February actually, but nowhere near as sweet as they are in the summer. So apparently it will taste better if we slice the strawberries. Fresh old pineapple. Oh my God, straight through there. To be honest, this is probably not going to be the freshest either. The UK supermarkets are crazy like that. It's just wild. This was my exciting scene the night before of freezing the fruit. See you in the morning again. That was a late night pineapple strawberry slicing session. So let's have a look at this machine. Smart tech, right? It's all done on an app. You can turn any fruit into hard craft cider at home, and you can either have a dry cider or a sweet cider. I like actually dry normally. I'm quite a cider enthusiast, but you can mix up so many different ways. It's quite exciting. That's if it works. Got a UVC sanitizer, built-in scales, again a bit like a Thermomix, fermentation monitor, air release valve, and a filter. That all sounds amazing, but basically we get all the recipes and stuff off the app. So you can either add your own recipes on the app, or you can just look at loads that have been submitted by a community. So we'll come on to that. Comes with a hat. Oh! Look at that! It's very futuristic, isn't it? I don't know how... Oh, does that just pop open? Oh my gosh! And inside is the jug. Okay, I spent a lot on this, but suddenly it's starting to justify its value. It feels really well built. This isn't a sponsored video, by the way. And this logo of a raindrop housed in a teepee. That's it. That is literally... This is nice and simple. I like it. I'm excited. This is good so far. Got a Max Phil line. Went to school with Max Phil. Lovely guy. He's a builder now. Let's see if this does anything. Oh, we've got a light. Oh, that's worth the money alone, isn't it? I am giving this away to certain Patreon supporters, people that get the behind the scenes videos at the end. I've got no need for a gadget this expensive, so hopefully it'll work. All right, so this is the app that I downloaded the other day, and I just literally typed in, I think I just typed in cider, because, I mean, it does make wine as well, and mead. And I think one that stood out for me straight away was pineapple and strawberry cider, which is why I clicked on this recipe, and it's got the star rating, it's got the description, it's got the ingredients, which I've got here, and also the steps, okay? So it's actually pretty awesome in that regard. It's gonna all do it for me, but the one thing I haven't done yet, I'm not gonna show you any more of this, it seems self-explanatory, but there is a whole like community of people submitting recipes all the time, which seems pretty cool, but I've just got to connect it to my Wi-Fi. So I'm not sharing my Wi-Fi code with you, so you park outside my house, all right? Interestingly though, on that point, I have ordered a Starlink, you know, the one like Elon Musk do when he sends all the satellites into space. So our Wi-Fi is not the greatest, but hopefully that will improve it. We might get 1 megabit a second. Firmware update process has started. Oh, the ring light on top of the device will indicate the progress. Wow, this is like some sort of Star Trek stuff. I think we're there, folks. So I'm gonna go click on the pineapple strawberry cider, and it's got all the steps here. Loads of reviews. Do I cut out the sugar if I want it less sweet? The colour is much pinker than in the picture. Oh, great. A bit sweet, but pretty damn tasty. Click here to start making. Let's do this. Join a community. Oh, have I got to create an account? For gosh. I've got to create an account. Hang on. Save password. Yes, always save the password. Okay, cool. Brewing history 0. Following. Who am I following? What? I just want to make cider. What the hell is going on? I've lost my recipe now as well. Click here to start making. Connect device. There we go. Searching for device. Touch the logo light to wake up the device. Did you see that? It's woken up. Your machine firmware is overdue. Oh my gosh. Please go to more. Update firmware. Oh my gosh, I've just updated you. Oh. Oh. Click here to start making. Connect your device. I'm going to update my firmware again. Am I just going to be updating firmware all day? This isn't Windows 95. I did, like, no joke, 4 updates again. Confirm your device name. Yeah. Oh, can I change the name? Oh, I'm going to call it Seal. Yes. Oh, brilliant. Look, wash the pitcher and screw the pitcher base tightly. Right. Oh, yeah. Closed top and front panels. Do not open anything until sanitization ends. Caution, UV light is harmful to your eyes. Start sanitizing. 300 seconds remaining. Please wait. Sanitization. You can see a pulsing blue light on the machine top during... Sanitizing your pitcher before fermentation can reduce the chance of failure. The homeschooler. All right, mate?
Yes.
Getting a little drink?
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. Daddy's going to have a drink for you when this video is done, hopefully. Put hair on your chest. Oh my gosh, it says to add 21 ounces and it's got a little scale there saying apparently I've already got 0.2 ounces in there. Did it change? It did change! Just so you can see it again, check this out. Hopefully that changed. Alright, pineapple's in, looking very nice and tropical, and I think I got a little bit of frostbite then. White sugar, 15 ounces. Fair amount of sugar. I think one of the reviews it said a little less sugar next time. I can sort of see why. Look at this. Actually, do you know what? I'm actually going to take about 3 ounces off of that because that is a massive amount of sugar. Right, this is what cost me a lot of money. Love how I say that as I'm using a 250 quid cider making machine. This blew my mind. On all of the ciders, there was this specific yeast, and I looked everywhere for it, and it was called Premier Blanc wine yeast, and there's loads of different other versions of the yeast in these recipes. We'll get it going, then I'll try and work out over the next few days why that is. I thought yeast was just yeast. Could we do like a sourdough one? I legitimately spent, I think this come from Holland. I only need 1 sachet, but I thought I'd get 2 just in case. The sachets were £1. There must be something magical about this yeast. Maybe it does something to the flavours. It's a specific type of yeast. There was other ones as well. 20 quid for the shipping to get here. It took 2 weeks for a little pack of... Maybe I could use that. I've got like a whole blooming tub of that yeast. Anyhow, I've got to add 1 sachet, and this, we'll give this to the patron as well. There we go. Actually, to be fair, that does smell like a slightly sweeter yeast. So, we'll open up the body, sprinkle it all on, add a pack of Premier yeast, which enhances the spirituous feeling, and stir gently to mix the yeast with the other ingredients. It's okay to leave some yeast on the surface. We have to try and stir that. Oh, and that's almost yes. The max fill line is there. This is fun. I don't know if I'm going to need that funnel anymore, but we can definitely see the purpose of that is so that when you put your ingredients in, it gives you a little bit of a, I don't know, anti-spill thing. Rest in peace, anti-spill. Screw the lid on the pitcher tightly. It's like sending it off on some sort of moon mission. Firmly. And then it says, all done. Wi-Fi connecting, tick. Data uploading. It says, don't drop out of the app. The suspense. Oh, tick again. Start monitoring this batch. I think we're doing it. I'm gonna go do a bit more reading and find out what the heck is going on, because this might have to sit here for a few days. Alcohol level 0%, air pressure 1.019 ATMs, cash points. Remaining days, calculating. Okay, this is live data. And oh, people can actually follow my batch? No. You are brewing Seal. That is the best bit out of all of this. So I've never done any homemade alcohol, homemade brewing whatsoever. Honestly, Mum, I didn't really used to drink Dad's aftershave bottle. That's just... But it's something I'm really keen to do, and I've mentioned it before on the channel. So if you do want to see more of this, this is obviously a machine that's doing it. I'd like to try and do it like from scratch without having to spend this sort of money. But I'm really enjoying this. And if you want to see more, do let me know down below, kids. All right, kids. Banter. We're basically making moonshine here, folks, and the alcoholic volume is supposed to be about 7%, but there are other recipes on that app. Mead is another one, which I think is like a medieval one, and that is actually done by fermenting mainly honey with water. So rather than the sugar, I guess on those recipes we add honey. I'm not going to go into that, but I'm finding this really, really fascinating. As soon as I get my notification that this is actually doing its thing, we'll leave it until it's brewed, and then we'll be merry. All right, so it has just told me that this light will slowly turn to orange. I don't know if it's back orange, white, or whether it slowly goes orange once it's done during the process. But we can open this door as much as we like. It's getting a bit misty, I'll give it that. After fermentation, it needs 2 to 5 days to cool the yeast to settle, which is in the fridge. So probably about 4 days in total. Mrs. B's gonna love me. Hello everybody, it is 7 o'clock in the evening and I started that at 10:30. So there's good and bad news in some way. It actually says ongoing, so I've got notifications and it tells me pineapple, strawberry, cider, 0% progress. Now I'm not as worried about that as you think, because I believe that with using the ice cold water, that has actually slowed down the progress. If you think of yeast, you can do a cold proof overnight, like when you're making dough, to really slowly develop those flavors. I feel like it's going to be the same thing. You know, if it's warm, if that water or fluid was warm, the yeast would get going quicker. So I'm completely okay with that. It says remaining days calculating, and it says it won't tell you that until 12 hours anyway, which is 10 p.m. tonight, so hopefully we'll get that data. But the air pressure has increased, the alcohol level is 0%, but the temperature, this is quite interesting, and probably quite obvious. Can you see how the temperature started really high, and then it dropped, it got cooler? That's probably the ice kicking in, doing its thing. You see that there? And now it's slowly increasing up to room temperature. So I don't think it's broke. The sugar levels are still bang on 21 degrees BX, whatever that is. So hopefully we should sort to see tomorrow. I don't know what the pressure's going to do, but the alcohol level again is 0%. We should see, fingers crossed, those start to amend. So I don't know if I'm going to film at like 10 o'clock tonight. I think what I'll do is I'll wake up in the morning a little bit like my Bitcoin and just have my fingers crossed that it's everything's all good. And I think that entire scene was completely out of focus, so apologies about that. It's all blurry. Meh. It's okay, it's late, it's fine. Folks, this is amazing news. Not only did my team that I support, local team, Bristol City, win 3-1 after losing 7 games on the trot. Don't want to talk about it. I just checked the app, right? Ongoing, 1%. It's actually working, and 0.1% alcohol. Air pressure is still the same. Alcohol level has gone from 0% to 0.1%. Temperature 66 degrees Fahrenheit, and the sugar level has dropped from 21 to 20.9 degrees BTX, or whatever that is. This is legitimately working. It looks the same. It's 11:05 at night. It's a pretty bad windy night. It's eased off for like a minute, but it's supposed to be like 45-mile-an-hour winds. I have a mobile 4G router with an aerial, so it's wobbling like crazy. And I had a notification that the Wi-Fi has stopped, and it's not transmitting the data now from there to the app, the phone, what I'm using right now. And I'm desperately trying to reconnect it, and it's saying it's not doing it, and it might reset itself. Oh my gosh. I can't talk very loud because everyone's in bed, apart from Mr. Bean. It's not sending any info, so I could end up with really strong cider. This is just so bizarre. At 11:25 at night, that's a bit spooky. But we got our data back, and hopefully the house won't blow down. Good morning, everyone. Hopefully you heard what I said last night. I've had quite the morning. I did some research at like 5 a.m. and it turns out that this needs to be in a warm spot, despite my theory of it being a slow proof with the yeast. I've just been out to the shops. Got myself a heat pad, because I am an old person that likes to have these draped over me or under. There we go, you just cuddle it. Look at that woman. Yeah. apparently that's going to help. Other than that, I moved the machine in the very early hours of the morning. It was staying on 1%, and it's still trying to calculate how many days are left, but it has shot up to 2% from 1%, and the temperature out, we've never been through this door before, I'll show you what's out there. It went from 65 degrees Fahrenheit up to now 72.5, but ideally we need to push it up to 80 degrees, which is where the heat pad's sitting on there, which resets every 90 minutes apparently for safety. In here is our utility room, okay? So our boiler, still need to put some doors on there, but this is so warm in here, and slow cooker's there, a Thermomix is normally down there too. I have plugged it in here, and it shot up the temperature, but it only went up by 1%. So I'm genuinely worried now if we've actually possibly killed the yeast. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to sit the heat pad down. I've got a spare little socket thing there. We'll sit it on there and see if that makes a difference in the next few hours. If not, there. But I do have a spare yeast sachet, so I can do it again. 012. This has turned into the most expensive video ever. Like the yeast alone, and now 35 quid on a heating mat. They didn't have the budget one, that was all out. It is nice and warm in here anyway, but we're just not getting to that heat yet. All right, turn that on. Oh, look at that. Why not get it as hot as I can? I'm gonna get it up to 3. It's gonna be like a sauna out here, hopefully. You can see where the chart tailed off, so that's where I brought it in here, and it went straight up, and it was before down in like the 65, 64 degree. So right there is that kink where I think it went 1% progress. Nothing happened. We had the Wi-Fi instant. I shouldn't have watched the football match. And then it's just shot up as I brought it in here, but just tailed off. So 72.5. If we can get it up any more, that should really help it. Might not be able to hear me at all because it's windy. And I just checked the app and it's on 7%. So it's gone up by 5 in about 20 minutes. Boston's really excited about that. The temperature's only gone up by a couple of degrees actually, but it is insanely warm in this room. And the sugar level is dropping. So that's where the sugar is going and turning into the alcohol. So really happy with that, 9%. Just going to see where the rest of the day goes. And maybe if we get to 50%, that's going to be quite an iconic moment, I guess. So good work, Matt. I had a notification, it said, your brew has reached 25%. Usually this is the time when yeast is the most active. You can open the side door on the machine and have a little look. So look at this. This is insane. Let me try and get in on that. So all these bubbles and stuff that I was talking about before, I mean, it looks like it might escape from the top, but you can see, like the review said, this is a lot more pinky in colour than the yellow looking image on the preview, but it's just like a big bubble bath. If you're wondering, this has been like the bane of my life. In a really good way. I found this like really educational, expensive, but worthwhile. I'm learning, and I'm so happy that I've scrolled back to like almost this time last night. Like I thought I'd have to start all over again. I was prepared for that, but now it smells so good as well. Oh. Hello everybody, I've got some amazing news. It has just hit 100%. Can you see that? Let me see if I can get that zoomed in. 100%. Now, I'm not going to stop it. I want to see if it goes to 101% or just a little bit more, so that if you wanted to, you could push the alcohol and the fermentation even further. It smells like a pub in here. And it's still going quite crazy, actually. Just a little life update whilst this has been happening. I've pretty much left the box and Mr. Bean there for the last couple of days, and it's kind of been sort of like a scarecrow, but also worked out an amazing prank that I played on my kids. Yeah, it's pretty funny, right? I get Mrs. B and the kids with that all the time. Massive thanks to Stuart sending me Blu-ray DVD copies of Ashens and the Plebis Heist, which I am in. I told you 17 times! Nice couple of appearances. Check out his website, or you can get it online to watch it. Very cool film indeed. Now, remember, this machine, it doesn't just make cider, it also makes sake, it makes mead, it can make wine as well, which is really cool. So I'm really impressed by it. It has taken a long old time. The only thing I'm worried about, the last notification I had was that my Wi-Fi cut out again, and it did for 10 minutes. I sort of fixed that. I was worried at how it's got to 100% now and nothing's really happened. The last notification was my Wi-Fi, so I want to see if it just needs to get to the top of 100% to then be like, yes, you move on to the next step. I luckily know what that is, but I can see remaining days 0, alcohol level, all these charts. I think I'm probably going to put them on the screen or send them somewhere. You can just see how by using that map, particularly the alcohol level just shot up. It's pretty cool indeed, and the temperature fluctuation dipped a little bit where it was last night, where it went a little bit cooler, but we got it right up to that 80 degrees Fahrenheit, which really got that yeast going, and it's still pumping now. I could probably leave it way longer and really get that alcohol level up, but I think 7% for me will be plenty to see if we've made this work. It's just been crazy, 48 plus hours. If it was not for that heated pad, I mean, it would have taken ages. This is not sponsored, by the way, but I really wish I wasn't giving it away. This, apparently, oh, I can lift that up now as well. Oh, is it all done? I like the sort of like peach colour, and it's still, you can still see it's still going on. But we can't drink it now. If we do, there'll be bits of yeast that are like all over the shop, okay?
Okay.
So what we need to do apparently is let it chill.
Right.
To let it settle, the yeast settle.
Right.
So I'm going to put it in the fridge overnight, and then in the morning we can have cider.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's just annoying me a little bit, is the last update I got was 22 hours ago when it was at 25% there. The fact that it's done, it never showed me, which I think is really bizarre. It's 10:30 in the morning. It's time to drink alcohol.
Never ever gonna drink alcohol. Never, I'm not.
Never gonna drink alcohol?
No, you two aren't a good example drinking alcohol in front of your 9-year-old daughter.
Don't know what worse. Oh my god, it smells strong. I think we've done it. I've spent 250 quid on this machine, 30 odd quid on a heating mat, over 56 hours of electricity, 20 quid on yeast, a little bit on fruit and water.
Yeah.
But is it worth it? I really want to do a follow-up now based on, like, I guess, like just doing it normally with a bucket and a balloon and all that stuff. I'm quite excited.
Bucket and a balloon?
It's okay, it's fine, it sounds wrong, but I want to do like proper cider, like, it's fine.
Is it going to be fizzy?
I don't think so.
It looks like it. I'm going to try it. It is fizzy.
Is it fizzy?
Yeah.
I didn't think it'd be fizzy because of the carbonation. You didn't add, oh, maybe the yeast is, yeah, that's what all the bubbles were.
That's so nice.
Is it?
Yeah.
Look, she's going again. Ooh. There was a point.
Gosh, that's lovely. Honestly, try it.
Okay.
It's like sweet with the fruit, but a little bit dry at the same time.
Oh no.
Ooh.
How nice is that? It's not too sweet. You know, some ciders you get, they're really fruity ones, and they're really, really sweet.
Oh my gosh.
I don't. Please, can we keep it? Sorry, patron.
What? We're gonna have to. No, I'm gonna give this. I said that I'd give it away. I'll buy another one.
All right.
It's my birthday soon. I'll buy one for my birthday. That is amazing.
Oh my gosh, that is definitely worth the money.
You don't need a machine to do it. This has been an amazing, expensive experience. What's the matter, Chloe?
Stop drinking it. You're gonna get drunk.
It's fine. Homeschooling is going to be fun today. Right, thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I really like doing these whole homemade project videos. And my wife's about to get drunk, so cheers.
So nice. Oh my gosh.
Check your level, player. No matter what your style, the kitchen's for me. Simon's moustache, goatee, maybe all three.